In 2003, Dr. Bob published his first book on decoding potential. I'm going to read to you a review from bookreview.com. They said it was mind-blowing. Decoding Potential expertly weaves together the works of Plato, Aristotle, Locke, Newton, Einstein, science, and mysticism. The teachings of Lao Tzu, Buddha, and Christ blend and coalesce into a comprehensive pattern explainable by science, a pattern that can be used to turn one's potential into a greater reality. Using ancient theory, modern sociology, and the world's religions in conjunction with science, particularly quantum physics, Dr. Flower creates and explains a system that all humans can access and utilize for higher functioning. On page 54, Dr. Flower states, NATI, the system outlined in Decoding Potential, seeks to help the entire species move toward a destiny that some might consider to be the province of science fiction. Each and every act performed by an individual, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, is capable of merging human experience with divine consciousness. Consider your own spiritual background for a moment. Isn't it true that all major spiritual systems encourage us to act honorably or virtuously? Would not all societies benefit if individuals or parts of the great collective lived virtuously? Therefore, unlike most self-help books on the market, the premises explained by Flower appeal to humanity as a whole rather than in its parts, because it crosses human boundaries by finding synthesis in duality, essentially eliminating barriers in a non-judgmental manner that the human ego has erected. Decoding Potential, like all great books of knowledge and spirituality, requires a high level of functioning to comprehend. The language and subject matter presented and discussed will likely lose the average layperson unwilling to tough it out and focus on the larger picture. I firmly believe, though, that with a little bit of patience and fortitude, the layperson can succeed in both reading and applying NATI if they are willing to focus and read the data as presented, synthesize what is provided, and utilize the information appropriately. Incidentally, focus and developing an understanding of a holistic system are key principles in the NATI system. Flower's work is positively fantastic and groundbreaking. He doesn't try to reinvent the proverbial wheel. Instead, he builds the entire vehicle, an environmentally sensitive one at that, and places the reader in the driver's seat. Dr. Flower takes every single self-help book, philosophy text, spiritual tenet, and all of the great scientific theories that shape our world, and fashions them into one comprehensive text that truly provides the key to the universe. If you are fascinated with religion and philosophy, if you are in search of meaning and purpose in life, Decoding Potential needs to be at the top of your reading list. However, just be prepared and willing to focus on the presented data and actively synthesize and apply it in a concrete fashion.
The metaphysics, the philosophy of what we've come to name this whole concept, which is natural intelligence and thinking, or NATI, really does embrace just about every single concept that all of the great philosophers have attempted to explain. Unfortunately, what ends up happening, as my old philosophy professor used to say at Fordham University, is they all end up trying to prove their theories by falling back on the notion of God. And while that may or may not be true, with natural intelligence and thinking, it's on the creation process. It's on the notion of how the universe was born, how it was built, and how God uses it to create the world, the universe, and everything within it. Now that sounds like a pretty grand notion, but here's the thing about philosophy. It's why you think about what you think. And most people are most interested in what they or others think, but not why. And that's a key. That's a key to finding themselves primarily and those around them. And also to finding the greater energy or force of the universe, whether you call it God or what have you. The philosophy here, the metaphysics behind this whole notion is that what happens is there's this energy in the universe, which is called potential. And potential has has a material to it. Has not been identified by science yet because it's even smaller than quanta. A quanta is the unit of energy. When they come together, and they come together by virtue of how we believe and what we believe, we create what we create every day. So that this energy helps us to become anything and everything that we want to be in life. And unfortunately, most of us don't believe in ourselves. We set limitations. And those limitations are set by us, but by influences of institutions, the family, the government, the university, the society, whatever. So what I say is that this particular system, this philosophy, will work for any situation. It will explain any situation, maybe not to the satisfaction of many, but it does explain it in a logical and comprehensive form. And yet, at the same time, remarkably, it's almost too big to embrace. I've been doing this for 35 years. And I could tell you that I'm still trying to get my arms around this entire project, this entire concept.